Hi guys, this is Miss Rodriguez here. Today we're going to do lesson 10, Informal Proof of AA Similarity, and AA stands for angle. All right, so we're going to take a little break from dilations and all that stuff that we learned yesterday. And your objective for today is to prove that two triangles are similar, right, by looking at their interior angles. So you have a new rule today. The rule is called the angle rule. And we want to say, this is a rule, we want to say that any two triangles with two pairs of interior angles that are equal, congruent in measurement are similar. So if we have two triangles and let's just say they have two angles that have the same measurement, the same degree angle, then they are similar. Okay. However, there's an old rule that you have to remember, because sometimes they're going to give you an angle, triangles that look like this. So if you have triangles that have, they only give you, let's just say 2, they give you different numbers. You still have to check for that third. If the two angles that they give you are different, check for the third to see if they have two angles that are the same. All right. And the way you do that, you got to use the sum theorem rule that we learned in Module 2, Lesson 13, which states that all the angles of an interior angle are equal to 180. So when you're trying to see if two triangles are similar and you notice that the angles that they're giving you are different numbers, find the third number, okay? Find the third angle by using this theory here, okay? And then you're checking for sure that none of the angles are the same. So that way you'll know if they're similar or not. Okay, I don't know if that was confusing, but I'm going to show you with some examples. So let's look at example 1. I'm going to show you 3 examples. These examples are not in your workbook. Okay, so we're going to do these 3 examples, and then you're going to move on to your workbook. Okay, so example 1 is, are these two triangles similar? So you have triangle 1 and triangle 2. So what am I looking for? I am looking for two angles from both triangles that are congruent, right? So here's triangle 1. I notice that angle B is 80 and angle C is 25. And then I'm looking at this triangle over here, and I notice that angle B is 80 and angle C is 25. So yes, these are similar because they have two corresponding angles that are congruent. Okay, so this was an easy one because they gave you the angles and the numbers, and they're the same, and they're the same corresponding angles, B and B, C and C. So now let's look at example 2. So here are 2 more triangles. Are these 2 triangles similar? So again, what am I looking for? I am looking for 2 angles, 2 corresponding angles, right? Angles that are congruent. So let's see, this is triangle 1, this is triangle 2. So in triangle 1, I have angle A is nothing, I don't know it. Angle B is 53, and angle C is 32. Now I have triangle 2, right? Angle A, I don't know it. Angle B equals 80, and angle C is equal to 28. So right away, just by writing that down, I can see that they don't have two angles that are congruent. But I want to make sure because I don't know A. So maybe A would match, right? So let's just find A. So I'm going to use the triangle sum theorem, which says that A plus B plus C equals 180. So I'm going to fill it in. A plus B plus, hold on, get my eraser. Right, so 53 plus 32 plus A will equal 180. So I'm going to use my calculator. 53 plus 32 is equal to 85. 85 plus something equals 180. So now I'm going to subtract. So now I know that A is 95. And then here I'm just going to check too. A plus B plus C equals 180. I have 80 plus 28 equals 180. And then I have to find A. So 80 plus 28 is A plus 108 equals 180. So now I got to subtract 72. So no, these two triangles are not similar. No, they are not similar because I couldn't find two corresponding angles that were congruent. All these numbers are different because there are not two angles that are congruent. Okay? So the answer for number 2 is no, they are not similar. So now let's look at example number 3. Are these two triangles similar? So again, I am looking for two corresponding angles that are congruent. Okay, so I'm going to list it up. Here's triangle 1, here's triangle 2. So triangle 1 has A is equal to, I don't know, B is equal to 88, and C is equal to 48. And then I have my triangle 2, A is equal to 44, B is equal to, I don't know, and C is equal to 48. So I already see that they have C in common. C here and C here is the same. So now I know I just need one more to say that they're similar, right? So I'm going to check to see what the missing angles are. So I need my theorem again, right? A plus B plus C equals 180. So I have A plus B plus 48 equals 180. So now I have to find the missing angle. So I'm going to add up 44 plus 48, and then I'm going to subtract 180. So my missing angle is 88. So I'm not going to even find the missing angle here because I could see right away that now they have another angle that is congruent, a corresponding angle that is congruent. So I'm going to say yes, these two triangles are similar because they have two corresponding angles that are congruent. Okay? Now you should be ready to do your workbook. So go to your workbook, which is here. You're going to skip a 1 and 2. So you're not doing 1 and 2. You're only doing questions 3, 4, and 5. All right. So when you do 3, 4, and 5, you make sure you turn that in. So I want you to pause the video now and then look at 3, 4, and 5, which I'm showing on the screen. Do those on your own and then come back and we'll go over it together. So for the 3 examples, you have to find whether or not the triangles are similar. Okay, using the strategy that I just showed you in my video. All right, so pause the video and do it on your own. All right, so hopefully you pause the video and you try to the problems on your own. So we're going to go over it together real quickly. So we're skipping 1 and 2. We're moving on to number 3. So number 3 says, are the triangles similar? Find that out and then what's your argument? Okay, so let's look at number 3. So right away I'm looking at it. This is triangle 1, this is triangle 2. For triangle 1, I see that A is 31, B is 103, and C, I don't know yet. And then for triangle 2, I see A is 31, B is 103, and C, I don't know yet, right? But I don't even have to do my sum theorem because I can see right away that they have two corresponding angles that are congruent. So my answer is, are the triangles below similar? Yes, because there are two corresponding angles that are congruent. All right, cool. So now let's move on to number 4. Are the triangles shown below similar? Present an informal argument as to why they are or not similar. All right, so let's look. So we have triangle 1 and triangle 2. So triangle 1, A prime is 31 degrees, B prime is 103 degrees, and C prime we don't know yet. And then triangle 2, A is 31 degrees, B is 85 degrees, and C is we don't know. So we see that 1 matches. All right. So I want to check I want to find out what C is so I can make sure if they're similar or not. So I'm going to add these two up, 31 plus 103, and I'm going to use my sum theorem rule, right? So 31 plus 103 is 134. Take away 180. Is 46. So now let's do this one. 31 plus 85 is 116. Take away 180. Whoops. 180 minus 116 is 64. So the answer is no, they are not similar because they don't have two angles that are corresponding. All right. And now let's do number 5, the last one. Are the triangles below similar? So let's see, we have triangle 1, triangle 2. So triangle 1, A is 72, B is we don't know yet, and C is 48. And then triangle 2, we have A prime is 72 degrees, B prime is 60 degrees, and C prime, we don't know yet. All right. So I can see right away that they have one pair of angles that are congruent. So they might have another pair, so we got to check. So let's use our angle sum theorem and check to find the angle, the measurement of angle B. So I'm going to add 72 plus 48. And then I have 72 plus 48 is 120. And then 180 minus 120 is 60. So B is equal to 60. All right, so I'm not going to even figure out the C prime angle because I can see now they have two pairs of angles that are congruent. So yes, these triangles are similar. Because there are two pairs of angles that are congruent. Okay, cool. So that's it for today. Now you need to go into your exit ticket for today and you got to do the same thing. They have two questions for you. They're giving you two triangles in each question and you have to find out if they're similar or not. So do that, turn it in, and that's it for this lesson. Thank you for watching. Bye.